Release Nnamdi Kanu immediately and unconditionally.
Hello and welcome to EB The World. The US has sent a strong warning to Nigeria. If Nigeria does not put its acts together, there are consequences. But if today is your first day of joining us here, you are welcome. Please like this video, share it so that others will receive it, and don't forget to subscribe so that anytime we post video, you'll be among the first that will receive it. The US has sent a very strong warning to Nigeria that if Nigeria do not put its acts together regarding the situation that is currently going on in Nigeria, that there's going to be a severe consequences. I'm going to play you the clip. We want to watch it together. After that, then I will elaborate on it. Now, let's watch it together.
Nigeria is the deadliest place on earth to be a Christian today. Since 2019, tens of thousands of Christians in Nigeria have been slaughtered as part of a sustained pattern of religiously motivated violence by Islamist jihadis ignored or enabled by the Nigerian government. Extremist groups like Boko Haram are allowed to operate without any meaningful response from authorities. A courageous leader named Nnamdi Kanu was convicted in a farce show trial for speaking out about what's happening. He's currently serving a life sentence in prison, convicted on false terrorism charges. I implore my colleagues to support my bill, HRES 1321, calling on the Nigerian government to conduct another trial in accordance with its own constitution based on evidence, with access to legal counsel, medical care, and international law pertaining to humane conditions of detention, or, better yet, release Nnamdi Kanu immediately and unconditionally. America gives billions to Nigeria. We will not continue to fund a Christian genocide. We have the moral obligation to stand up so our Christian brothers and sisters can worship the Lord our God in peace. With that, Mr. Speaker, I yield.
Leadership on Nigeria. You are one of the few people I know who was deployed there to try to help protect those who are being slaughtered, including the Christians. Yes, Muslims get killed too, if they speak out. Christians get targeted because of the infidels, and the radical Islamic belief is you deserve to die. And whether it be Boko Haram, ISIS West Africa, or the Fulani, we need to do more, and you have taken the lead on that, and you might want to speak to that if you would, because I think Nigeria is one of those cases where if the government gets serious, and I mean really serious, they can come off the CPC designation, but do so by murdering it. I yield.
Well, thank you, Representative Smith, and thank you for your long history of taking these issues on and actually getting out there on the ground to see them firsthand rather than opining from D.C. And I will say, I have to give credit where credit's due. Secretary Guterres has taken on the issue in a meaningful way of not just peacekeepers, but it's often local vendors being paid by the UN who are conducting this type of abuse. On Nigeria, yes, we are taking the persecution of Christians very seriously. I have to say, I did not have Nicki Minaj on my dance card, but to have her with her global following at the UN to put a spotlight on this issue was a real honor, and I think it's one of the things the UN can do well in terms of having that global platform and having the entire world right there in New York. And we've seen the Nigerian government move as a response to the president's attention, our attention, her attention, and others on the issue. They're cooperating with us more than they were on counterterrorism. They're cooperating in terms of their security force capacity. They still have some work to do, frankly, in terms of the Sharia law that is in place in many of these local provinces. And make no mistake, churches are being burned, pastors are being executed, people are being arrested literally for just wearing a cross around their neck. And the Christian religion is the most persecuted religion in the world right now, and this administration and I, as its representative at the UN, are taking it incredibly seriously in every action that we can.
You have watched the video. What do you think? The message is loud and clear and direct. Retry Nnamdi Kanu or release him unconditionally and immediately, because it doesn't make sense that Christians have been killed, Muslims have been killed, non-religious people are being killed in Nigeria, but the government is turning a blind eye. To make matters worse, those that are guilty of killing people, burning houses, destroying things, the so-called bandits, Boko Haram, and kidnappers, and so, when they are caught, they will be forgiven, rehabilitated into the society. Whereas Nnamdi Kanu is sentenced to life for a peaceful protest for the trialization of IPOB. So the question is, if the guilty can be forgiven, rehabilitated into the society, what justifies the life imprisonment that they give to Nnamdi Kanu? Don't forget, he was kidnapped from Kenya, detained unlawfully, and hurriedly tried and sentenced to life imprisonment. Whereas the bandits that are killing people, burning houses, cleansing a whole village, chasing people out of their communities, when they are caught, they are forgiven, rehabilitated into the society. What kind of double standard is that? That is why the message is loud and clear. Retry Nnamdi Kanu or release him unconditionally and immediately. Because in Nigeria, we seem to do things upside down. When people are walking with their legs, we seem to be walking with our head. Because it makes no sense that criminals, convicted ones, when they are caught, somebody will say they are our brothers. Let's forgive them. And truly, the Nigerian government will rehabilitate them into the society. For crying out loud. What kind of nonsense is this? So, does it always take the US or foreign powers to put pressure on Nigeria before Nigeria can do the right thing? It's crazy because it doesn't make sense. You send a man to life imprisonment because he's agitating for the rights of his people. You are releasing terrorists, bandits, known murderers back into the society because you claim that they are one of you, they are part of you, and you are part of them. Must it take the US government to pressurize the Nigerian government to do the right thing at every time? It doesn't make sense. You have watched the clip. What is your take? Should Nigerian government set Nnamdi Kanu free unconditionally and immediately as requested by John James? Or should Nigerian government ignore this call? Because there are going to be consequences. Definitely. I want to leave you with these two questions. One, should Nnamdi Kanu be released immediately and unconditionally as requested by the US Congressman? And two, should the government of Nigeria be rehabilitating convicted bandits and criminals and murderers back into the society? You've watched the clip and you've listened to my explanation. What are your takes? Please leave your comments and thoughts in the comment section. And please let your comments be civilized. No insults, no calling of names, and no pointing of fingers. Just let your comments be a suggestion for a solution. Thanks again for watching. I will see you in my next video, and until then, it's bye for now.